Hi there, I'm Jonathan Healy. You're very welcome to People and Perspectives. Next up, I want to speak with Leah Ryan, who is the lady behind the East Cork Visitors Guide, which is your one-stop shop if you're travelling to Ireland and you get to visit this wonderful part of our island. Leah, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Tell me a little bit about yourself, first of all. Where are you from?
I'm from North Cork originally, but now I do live in East Cork. I live in Miceal for about 3 or 4 years. I'm there.
And when you got to Miceal, what did you make of it? Because it's a fascinating historic town.
It really is, yes. And that's like really evident. You can't, but know that, even just walking through the town, But I just totally fell in love with the place. You're right there on the coast, you have like the birds and the ocean and the sky. It's just amazing. You have all that history. There's so much to do there. There's so much to see. There's the clock tower, you can just go for endless walks around the town and there's so many nice cafes and restaurants and lovely friendly people, and it's just, it's just something that Ireland is just great at. It's like a teeny little place, full of history, full of amazing things to do. And sometimes it's forgotten or overlooked, but it's still all there and it still has so much to offer.
What I love to see is when you get the busload of tourists who come in and they get off the bus and they have no idea where they're walking around. And the good thing about having a guide like this is at least they're not walking around in a vacuum, that they have the information that's there. So what's in there about the history and the things to do? Everything.
So in the East Cork Visitors Guide, it focuses on the main 3 towns in East Cork. So you got Miceal, Midleton and Cove. And each of those places has its own history and has its own walking tours and, historians that will take you around and stuff like that. There's loads of options for each of those towns. So in East Cork and in Miceal, you can see the clock gate. You can...
Tell about the clock gate, because you've mentioned it now.
Yeah.
To those who've never seen the clock gate, what is the clock gate?
It's on the main street. You drive through it. It joins North. You have North Main Street and South Main Street like that. So it's right in the middle. It used to be a prison. There's so much other history in it. You can read about it all in here. You can check it out on social media.
It wasn't built in the 1960s. It was
1700s. It was built. Yeah.
So it has a lot of history behind it.
Definitely a lot of history. Yeah.
What do Americans like about this part of Cork, which in some ways it might be viewed as the less travelled parts of the county, but when they get there, what do they love?
I think it's all the history, as I said, like in Miceal you have the town hall, the town walls, you have Walter Raleigh lived there, you have all these amazing places in the Collegiate Church. Then you get to Midleton and you have the Jameson Distillery, and that has so much history and connections. And
I can't imagine why anyone would want to go to a distillery on their holidays, but there's also an American link in Midleton, isn't there?
There is the Choctaw Indian sculpture. It's a memorial built there, and lots of reasons to come.
And then if you stay in East Cork and you go down as far as Cove, there's such huge links.
Exactly,
between Ireland
with the
and
Titanic and the Lusitania, absolutely.
Yeah, and the Lusitania, of course, the reason why the Americans joined the First World War.
Yes, yeah.
I mean, look, as Irish people, we take it all for granted, don't we? We just assume that this is always the way it has been.
Yeah.
And it's the same way if we go, if I think of the times I've been to Hyannis and I walk around and look at the historic buildings, it's the same for the Americans coming here, except it's just that little bit older. Yeah. You talk about witch trials. There was a witch trial in Miceal, if you want to go back that far as well. There's so much to enjoy.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
So where can people get this? When they come to East Cork and they come to Miceal, how can they get the guide?
It will be in the airport. It'll be in hotels spread around East Cork. You can download it. If you can't get to any of those places, it's free to download on the website. And we've great dedicated social media as well with it on Facebook and Twitter and what have you, and all the great communities, spread across East Cork, all have dedicated social media presence as well. So everything is available, and it's all there just to discover. So just remind me again, what's the website and how can people find it? It's www.eastcork.ie. Well, Leah Ryan of the East Cork Visitors Guide, which is produced by Flanagan Print, you will be there welcoming everybody off every bus and every hire car in Miceal over the next few months. Thank you so much for joining us.